Today we are changing out the Nissan Xterra's OEM 2006 model radio for an upgraded 2008 model. Wow. Fairly simple job. We will also be changing out the Nissan Xterra's antenna, which I had previously done because I thought the reception was poor, which when I did upgrade it to a same length, ugly style antenna, the radio did come in a bit clearer, but I soon found out afterwards that I had 3 speakers that were blown and weren't making a single sound. One was all static, so my radio is basically just the 2 tweeters, so not very good. Which in future videos we will be changing out the speakers in all 4 doors. So let's jump into this. First, you want to obviously disconnect the battery. Alright, and there's the old one. Sadly, there is a CD stuck in here, so I will be disassembling this at some point to get that back out. When I got this radio, I got it with a bunch of other stuff, bumper, fog lights, because the car that it came from had been hit by a deer and the windshield was cracked, which I didn't think of at the time I offered to purchase this. Because there was some water damage, some mold actually started growing on the stickers on top. So hopefully it still works. Yeah, did not think of that, but I did get like 20 bucks off the total price of everything because of that. So, you need to negotiate. Alright, let's find all the connections. So, I will be covering these in electrical tape. Just want to test to make sure everything works first, obviously, before you commit to anything. I already connected them all to each other, color to color. Some of them will say on the side in very small font, chassis ground. There's another ground, speaker ground or something. Oh, there it is. Antenna, or dimmer ground. And then the antenna attaches. Let's plug these in. Now we're going to grab a zip tie. We're going to zip tie these around. At least that's how I'm going to do it. To help make my life easier. There it is. Now we're going to do the ground wires. Simply try to, you gotta push this flap metal back slide it under, lines up. Same with this one. This one's a little easier. The reason I'm not putting it to here is because this one, when it plugs in, it cannot reach. So I found those in the back. So we will try those. Please screw these bolts back in. And you don't want to put them too tight because you will be taking it out once again to cover up all the wires with electrical tape. And we will tuck all that in. Tuck that in there. And once it's with all electrical tape, it'll be a lot easier. There won't be a bunch of wires pushing back at you. But then you plug in the antenna. You'll hear a click. Same with power wires and speaker wires. Click. Push it back. Line it up. Put your screws back in. Alright, we'll throw this back up just so it looks nice and make sure it fits flush with the rest of the car, which I'm sure it will. Boom! Looks like it belongs. Now we will go connect the battery back on. Power. Alright, it's working. Let's see if it pulls in a station. Let's go FM. Let's try going the other way. Alright, it's pulling in stations. As you can hear, the sound is terrible.
On your smart speaker too. Just enable the
But yeah, as you can see, the sound is terrible because it's just 2.5 speakers, 2 tweeters and a terrible rear one. So those will be getting changed in a future video. Alright, let's move on to the antenna. Alright, it's quite simple. I mean, you get your adjustable wrench, tighten down on it, unscrew it. Once it's loose, you can unscrew it by hand. And then we will keep that adapter because it should work with this new one. And that'll be short, little stubby one, like that. Nice fit. And it is an adapter, so the one thread is smaller than the other so that it works with the car. Tighten that down. And then that should go in, but it does come with some little plastic spacers. That's what you want to call them. two little ones that kind of just sit over, depending on whatever your taste is. I guess we'll go with this one. It doesn't really come with instructions, but I mean, it's not all that difficult. This is 13 inches. And there you go. Alright, I just want to talk about the adapters a little bit real quick. In total, they were, I think, like $7 each, around there, so $28 total for me. But I kind of had to go the long way to get there. So usually you just have to buy one if you're buying an aftermarket one, because usually it comes with its own adapter to plug into its radio. So I had to get those kind. Then I had to get the kind that goes to an OEM radio, including the antenna adapter. They do sell these as well to come from this kind to the aftermarket, but I had to go from the aftermarket to OEM. So these two were a bit harder to come by. This one was very easy. But yeah, it's that simple. I do have one wire. It's black with one white stripe, not labeled. Comes from the rear speakers one, but it doesn't go to anything, and the radio still works without it. So clearly, it's not that important. But I hope you found this video helpful. Come back for more. I definitely will be doing a lot more things inside and outside. I do have to replace my CV axles in the front, so that's more of a repair than any modification. Probably not going to do anything special. This car's got over 200,000 miles. And I've already put probably like 20 within the last year or 6 months of owning it. But yeah, thanks. See you soon.